Video game trailers, first and foremost, are created to generate hype and drive pre-order sales of upcoming games. Games that are centered on depressing subject matters, though, war, suffering, and death, will harness creative freedom to portray this hefty subject matter in emotionally wrenching ways. The trailers featured in this rundown all use heartfelt visuals, arresting music, or disconcerting atmosphere to convey their depressiveness, and they're all the more memorable for it. Gears of War. Forging through darkness and fear is Marcus Phoenix in Gears of War's macabre trailer from all the way back in 2006. Hopelessness and desperation convey perfectly in our hero skittering through crumbling city streets. We're never quite sure if Marcus is escaping a deadly threat, giving chase to some wounded enemy, or searching for missing squad mates. The depressiveness of his isolation is deepened by Gary Jules' stately cover of Tears for Fears' Mad World, a song used to great effect in the movie Donnie Darko, but arguably creating a greater juxtaposition here, where misery and bloody violence go hand in hand to create a memorable trailer. Halo Reach. A truly heartfelt piece of cinematic brilliance is the Halo Reach trailer. Its blend of live action and CGI is choreographed superbly with emotionally taxing piano-led music to communicate the confusion and isolation of fierce combat. There are also gut-wrenching themes of honor, bravery, and sacrifice played out in the trailer's 2-minute runtime, with the heroic noble team of Spartan warriors launching a desperate attack on the Covenant, seemingly facing insurmountable odds. At the trailer's end, the original Noble 6 takes the injured Cat's place on a nuclear suicide mission, providing another emotional gut punch. Tom Clancy's The Division. A trailer depicting the widespread trauma of societal collapse, but examined through the lens of the people who fruitlessly endured it. As the camera pans over New York, through into an apartment window where observers to the grief unfolding behind closed doors. Time lapses portraying sickness and death, to parents struggling to fend off cowardly attackers invading their home, ultimately to giving up. It's only when the camera re-emerges onto New York streets does it hit home that the tragedy we've just witnessed is one tiny fraction of a city of millions. As the trainer's monologue goes, it's hard knowing that you belong here, that your purpose lies amongst all this pain. In Tom Clancy's The Division, once society is doomed, there's not much else uniting survivors but trauma. Dead Island Riptide. Not quite reaching the emotional crevasse of the original Dead Island's trailer, but still pretty gut-wrenching, Dead Island Riptide's CGI trailer is a hapless tale of love, initially depicting a scene of happiness across the open sea, before storm clouds swiftly roll in. Our lovers gaze forlornly into each other's eyes, but we know from the tears streaming down the face of the girl that there's something amiss. There are hands banging on grubby windows, there's gas seeping into the air, our lovers hold a cigarette lighter. Despite there being an air of predictability in Dead Island Riptide's trailer, it's not hard to imagine the distress of such a decision for yourself. The desire to fight on against hordes of undead mutants, quashed by the anguish at the thought of seeing the one you love to succumb to death before you. Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Depicting an arduous journey to find a cure for their ailing father, Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons is famed for its heavyweight narrative, and there's enough clues to piece together in the game's trailers to know that there's an emotional backstory to the brothers' plight too. Beginning atop a cliff, the younger of the two brothers mourns at the grave of his mother, with him clutching onto some responsibility for her death. With his father on death's door, he's only his brother to survive with now. But as portrayed in the trailer, events don't seem to get any easier for the pair. It's depressing, this trailer, because kids shouldn't have to face such loss and hardship through no fault of their own. It happens, of course, but it's sad to see it handled in such a way here, artistic though as it is. Last Day of June. The Last Day of June tells the tragic tale of Carl and June, who suffer tragedy when June is killed in a car accident and Carl is left in a wheelchair. Already it's a gut-wrenching story of love and loss, with the game's trailer doing a remarkable job to portray the events in an evocative, artistic way. Carl embarks on a mystical voyage to change the course of history, to perhaps alter the passage of time to one where his wife doesn't die in the horrible car accident. Thing is, time is unchangeable, and no matter how much Carl tries, he can't change June's fate. For character models lacking eyes, or any discernible facial features, the game truly paints a forlorn picture of sorrow and heartache. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. MGSV's feature-length Red Band trailer depicts the pain, suffering, and torture dealt out to the game's soldiers. Waterboarding, electrocution, execution. It doesn't really need explaining how painful this is to witness. It's a shame the themes portrayed in this trailer didn't make it into the game's story properly, although with such charged subject matter, that's probably a good thing. Fallout 3. Fallout 3's 2008 E3 trailer begins with a live-action infomercial, and from the off, there's a disconcerting atmosphere with its positive affirmation and marketing call to actions, hell-bent on persuading citizens that the most optimal decision for future survival is to reserve a space in an underground vault in case of nuclear attack. Notwithstanding the hinted inevitability of nuclear war, the cheery, smiley host of the black and white commercial is chilling. Even under the threat of nuclear fallout, nothing will get in the way of a capitalist opportunity. And with that, we've reached the end of this video. Have anything to say? Let us know in the comments below. Also, we upload new videos every single day on GamingBolt, so please consider subscribing, as it really helps us out. Thanks for watching.